What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Draw Phase. Troll King here, and in today's video, we're going to go over Riftbound's first Reanimator deck. That's right. I myself love a Reanimator deck. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, please subscribe. You enter yourself to win, if you're one of the first 500 subscribers, a Proving Grounds box set. When the game comes out in October, I'll pick one of you lucky 500 people, and then I'll send it your way on to your house. Yep, very easy. You just click a button, and then you might win something. Why not? So, getting straight into the deck list, and a little bit of disclaimer. All right, I got like maybe 2 good games with this deck, and that's why I'm posting this. I need your help. I love Reanimator decks in Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! Just summoning things from the graveyard, summoning things from the trash. It doesn't matter where you're summoning them from, but like discarding and just bringing them back for cheap and chaining all these like crazy combos is like something that I absolutely love. Mainly in like other TCGs, it's not like sometimes not the best strategy. Sometimes it's not the best deck, but the deck list that I made, I popped off the combo a couple times, so I need your help to kind of tweak the deck a little bit. A disclaimer, it is very hard. It's not the best deck in the game right now, but I just love playing this type of games, this gameplay, this game style, the style of the deck. I absolutely love it. So getting into it, we are running the Annie Legend Darkchild. And at the end of your turn, you ready 2 runes. Really strong. Like, it's a really good legend ability. It's basically like a mini Sona, but it's just a static ability. It doesn't need to be on the battlefield like Sona. It's just there. You know, it happens always. So, really good because, you know, you want to play some things to kind of have some board presence. And then by running 2 runes, we're running a bunch of cheap spells to make sure that we can control the early game, go into the mid-late game, and then pop off with our big combo. With runes, we are running 5 Fury and then 5 Fury and 7 Chaos runes. Our battlefields, of course, are Obelisk of Power. At the start of each player's first beginning phase, that player channels 1 rune. So, you know, that little extra oomph in the beginning of the game to get to all 12 runes so we can pop off with a combo helps out a lot. We're also running Void Gate because of the removal that we're running with our cheap spells. Spells and abilities affecting units here each deal 1 bonus damage. So it's basically there's a Annie champion unit which does the same exact thing, right? But it's a static ability on both battlefields, not just on Void Gate. Then we're also running Zon Warrens. When you conquer here, discard 1, then draw 1. That discard's really important. You know, you want to dump your the big dudes, your Soul Gorgers, and the stuff that you want to summon back from your reanimation spells. Obviously, so conquering back and forth is really good with this battlefield. For champions to dig into our deck, right? So we have all the cards in our hand to dump into the trash. We are running Kaisa. You can accelerate it, but, you know, playing it raw is also okay because when it conquers, you draw 1. You know, just a solid card. You can just move it back and forth, you know, keep on drawing. If you attach it to Zon Warrens, you get to draw, and then you discard, and then you draw another one. So, like, digging into the depth is really crucial to making sure that you have all the pieces for the combo. For the red colors, we're running a little bit of control, a little bit of removal in Hextech Ray. Also, like, you automatically can play this even if you expend all your runes, because remember, Annie's legend ability, you ready 2 runes. This also only costs 2 runes, so you're pretty safe. Deal 3 damage to a unit at a battlefield. When a unit moves in, it has 3 might. Before the Conqueror resolves, you can remove it, so they're not ahead of you with points. At action speed, just a really solid early game control removal card. We are running Immortal Phoenixes. We do need some board presence, right? And the fact that this is reoccurring by every time because when you kill a unit with a spell, you may pay 1 and a power to play meat from your trash. So basically, it's like an accelerate cost. Except it's like reanimating from the deck, so tying in with the theme. Also, the Assault 2 is really critical. There are a lot of breakpoints where mites have a lot of units have 5 might, so you know, if you want to get rid of something, this is a really great option. I think like a lot of decks that just have red run this card because it's just so good. Sometimes you just have no units to contest the board, and if this has been removed or killed in a showdown, it just comes back to your base. So yeah, really, really great card. We're also running a Disintegrate for 4 runes, so it's not sacrificing any power because remember, we want to save as many runes as possible, not recycling them into our rune deck so that we can pop off with the combo in the mid-late game-ish. So at action speed, you could deal 3 damage to a unit at a battlefield, and if it kills it, you get to draw 1. So again, digging into our deck, and then also controlling the battlefield is what's going on, making sure they're not getting too ahead on points. We are running a Tibbers. Sometimes you want to reanimate a Tibbers because, you know, there's a bunch of recruits if you're playing against Victor, or if you are playing against a Master Yi deck with the Wielder of Waters on the board. He also only has 2 might, and the legend ability for Master Yi doesn't trigger because he's not attacking or defending. It gets rid of that. It gets rid of a bunch of recruits. Also, just having 3 damage to all units at battlefields is just, you know, really good. And remember, it is a heavy cost, but essentially, or, you know, ideally, we want to be reanimating this if need be. Now, here comes the bulk of the deck. We're running 25 purple cards. So, first, Gust. Again, 1 rune at reaction speed. You can play it on your opponent's turn or at a showdown anytime. Return a unit at a battlefield with 3 might or less to its owner's hand. Sometimes you're going to be things on the board. Maybe you fall behind on board presence with your units, and you just want to pop them back up to your opponent's hand. It combos well with inverted timelines as well to kind of like mess up their game plan. So yeah, just a really good, cheap, easy control card that a lot of, like, if you're playing control and you have purple, you should just throw this in there. Then we are running Stacked Deck. I love this card. This card's awesome, especially when it comes to this card. Like, Jinx runs it, Annie runs it often, because the ability for only 1 rune to look at the top 3 cards of your main deck and put one of them into your hand and recycling the rest. So you're not discarding. It's not helping your it's not filling up your trash with like big dudes that you want to reanimate later. However, sometimes, like, if it's like mid-late game or even early game and you're just looking for the Harrowing, which is like the main key card, and yeah, it's just like you can pick out what you need from the top of your deck and use it according to what the situation is on the battle. Maybe sometimes you just need some like heavy removal, or sometimes you can just easily win the game by playing you know, some dudes, some units that you need to just kind of conquer. After that, we are running Fight or Flight. Again, controlling the early to mid game so you can pop off with your combo late game. For 2 runes, you can hide it as well, or at action speed, move a unit from the battlefield to its base. You can also use this defensively to kind of protect whatever's on the battlefield. For instance, like I've often Traveling Merchant, right? The discard, then draw 1. This is like one of the key cards of the deck. Whenever when it moves, it doesn't necessarily have to conquer battlefield. It can move to a battlefield and then move back to your base, and then the effect triggers. You want to dump in your big dudes into your trash, and then you get to draw 1 as well. Fight or Flighting this is really good because you can do it essentially twice in 1 turn, so you can discard 2 for only 4 runes. Well, you can play it, and then it comes in exhausted. But, you know, if you want to do that early game, you have 4 runes because of Obelisk of Power, then by all means do so. You know, you want to get to that combo as fast as possible. We skipped Rebuke. Really, really good control card. You are sacrificing 2 power. However, the fact that sometimes there's like a volley bear or something just big that you just can't kill with your units and or spells, just send any unit from your opponent to its owner's hand, or you can do it to yourself, but like I would highlight that it's not really useful doing that. So yeah, like one of the best control cards in the game other than the counters. Then we are playing Invert Timelines for 3 runes and 1 power. Each player discards their hand, then draws 4. So if you have like all the big dudes that you want to summon later in your hand, and then play Invert Timelines, it messes up your opponent's game a little bit as well if they have a lot of cards. and then you draw 4, hopefully drawing into the Harrowing or something, and then you can just kind of reanimate from there. Also, like stacking up your trash, we'll skip a couple cards going into Rasa the Sundred, right? So there is a benefit to this deck. Like sometimes, based off luck or unluck, you may not draw the Harrowing, which is the first part of the combo. But the more you put into your trash, like Rasa looks initially like awful, right? Like 10 runes and 1 power for only 6 might. But the more it costs 1 less for each card in your trash. Not units, but each card. So if you do have 10 cards in your trash, this only costs 1 power for 6 might. So if you even can't pop off with your Congo, at least you can benefit from throwing things into your trash with this card. This card's really cool. Like, I really like it. I think it's going to be really good in the future. This deck just needs a little bit of refining, and then it's almost perfect. So we talked about Rasa and invert timelines. Now, the main part of the combo is the Harrowing. So once you get... We'll go over the combo real quick. So once you get to 12 runes, right? And we're running 7 of Chaos runes. You play this for 6 runes, and you recycle 2 runes, right? You have 5 left. You play the Harrowing. You can play then. We might move into 8 so we can trigger out some more, but the thing is we need those 5 Fury runes. Running only on 4 is just a little bit weak. So if you play the Harrowing, right, and you have Soul Gorger in the deck, which is another part of the combo, we'll go over it real quick. 8 runes, 2 power cost, 5 might. But when you play me, you play a unit from your trash, ignoring its energy cost. However, you still must pay its power cost. Ridiculous. Absolutely absurd, because you can chain this. You can play 1 Harrowing. You can play another Soul Gorger. Then you can play another Soul Gorger. And then you probably want to end with a Mind Splitter. Yeah, so this combo is doable. It definitely is doable. Going down to 4 runes would be ideal, because then you could play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in 1 turn, which is insane. And the thing is, with Soul Gorger, you can play it anywhere that you've already conquered as well. It's not just to your base. So if you just want to add more might into the battlefields that you've conquered, then by all means do so, because you get to choose where they go. And then at the end, you want to play, the last one is like the Mind Splitter. So Mind Splitter is ridiculous. It's a really great card. Really like shifts the pace of the game in your favor. 7 runes, 2 power cost for 7 might. When you play me, choose an opponent. They reveal their hand, choose a card from it, and they discard that card. It's essentially Sabotage from like Orange on a stick, right? But with 7 might. You'll see the combo in the gameplay coming up. I didn't do 2 Soul Gorgers because, another disclaimer, it is kind of hard to pull off, right? Just when all the stars align. Like, I really like Reanimator decks. The color combo is kind of lacking. Like, I think in the future, the next set, like Thresh is like kind of like the leader of the Shadow Isles, I believe, in the lore. And I think yellow and purple is the one color combo we don't have. And when it does come out, if it does, which I'm pretty sure it will, that's going to be like the main Reanimator deck in like Thresh and stuff. Because we have some cards now in Origins that can't really be put together in that one deck because we don't have that color combo. However, I think it will be happening. They're teasing it a little bit, and I think it's going to be awesome because I love Reanimator decks. And that is the deck list, guys. I went over everything, right? And that's the combo. You'll see the combo in the gameplay. Definitely try it out. Tell me what you think. The deck list will be in the description. So you can go over to Pillover Archive as well through the description and kind of like download the deck and like kind of tweak it. Post your deck list on the comments. Subscribe, don't forget, because you enter yourself to win the Proving Grounds box set. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know if it works. Do you not like it? Do you like it? Any help would be awesome for me, guys, because I want this to work, but I just can't figure out how to make it better. And that's why we're all here, right? To learn from each other. So with that being said, I've rambled on enough. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate it so, so much. I hope you all have a wonderful day and enjoy the gameplay. Peace. I'll be on for another hour. There's the Tibbers. I don't want the Tibbers. It's too costly. Immortal Phoenix is good. It's good. Disintegrate. Not what I need. I need stack decks. I need discard stuff. Might even run that Jinx. Yeah, that very Jinx. Great first card, and we get Son Warrens and Voidgate. Nice. So this matchup actually helps us because both of these battlefields are really good for the deck. I do get to ready too, so I have Rasa in hand, so the more I discard, the cheaper it becomes. And the idea is to discard as much as possible and then play, well, specifically Soul Gorger and cast the Harrowing and like chain a bunch of things. But I do need to pay for the power cost, which is kind of expensive, but you are chaining like a lot of stuff. So let's see if we can grind out this combo. Alright. So I want to put Immortal Phoenix into the battle. I want to save. Okay, we'll do that. I'll just play him. He moves first, so it triggers a dump Immortal Phoenix. Draw Disintegrate. That becomes cheaper. Pass. That triggers. I'll dump. Maybe Disintegrate, honestly. I do like drawing one, but so I think I'll probably just drop the Rasa. Because I can always reanimate it later. And then that seems pretty safe. So I ready 2 more runes. So I go back up to full, so I can do a lot of things. When this moves, it does get Assault. So I think the best way to deal with that is probably Incinerate. Damage happens, and then it'll die, and I get to draw one, which is good. So that's the game plan. Where's he gonna move here? Okay, yeah, that's more of the... So we'll commit to the Disintegrate just to draw a card. They die. Next turn I can discard other stuff, whatever I draw. This is the mono red Jinx too, I'm noticing, because he doesn't have any other purple runes. So I don't have to worry about Gusts or Rebukes or any other type of like control-y cards. He's just purely like mono red aggro. That's really good. Inverted timelines. It stops him also from benefiting from his Legends ability. Let's see. I want to go here so I can draw 2. Pass response. I'll dump the Hextech Ray. Draw another Hextech Ray. Son Warrens triggers then. And then I'll dump another Hextech Ray. That's a Kaisa. It's a little better. I wonder if I should accelerate Kaisa to draw another card. Or play Invert Timelines. Not yet, because I want to get my big stuff. I'll accelerate it just to draw. Move here. Pass. Conquer. Trigger Kaisa's ability. There's a Rebuke. It's pretty useful. Whatever he decides to move in, I'll Gust. And plus I get to ready 2. I am out of red runes, so unfortunately Hextech Ray is out of my bag of tricks. But, you know. Sometimes it just happens. I should have more carefully. Actually, no, I couldn't have because I only had one. Never mind. So he decides to accelerate the Jinx. I had something in my face. I believe it was a bug. uh, this gets Assault. Curious as to where it's gonna go. Okay, first it triggers, right? First he discards. Where does he go? Can I rebuke? I think I am gonna rebuke. It stops him from. Ooh, I burn a lot of resources though. That's the only issue. But I'll just do it. Pass response. I still have access to Gust. He's probably gonna move in Noxus Hopeful here. Ooh, Falling Star. Okay. That is fine. I'll allow it. That's okay. So they both die. Moves here. I'm gonna Gust to keep him from drawing 2. And to keep him from scoring a point. Unfortunately, I think next turn I'm going to have to invert timelines. But I would rather have drawn like some big dudes to reanimate later. But in this situation, there's not much I could do. Discards the Jinx. Draws a card. Moves in Chemtech Warrior. Or Enforcer, sorry. We'll Gust it back to hand. Can't do anything. He's also down. We're burning through our resources really heavily. Okay, there's Soul Gorger, which is great. Now I invert timelines. There's another Soul Gorger, which is really good. And then I end my turn. I ready a Exhausted Chaos Rune. Or 2 Exhausted Chaos Runes, right? Yeah. That's better. Yeah. Because then I have full runes, and I have access to Disintegrate if he decides to play something. So now I just have to control the game till I pop down Soul Gorger. Then I will use Soul Gorger again, and then I'll probably summon a Kaisa or something. So I'm just trying to chain as many units for one big swing turn, which is kind of like the combo. It's not the best combo in the game, just because of the amount of resources you need to use up. However, I like it. So I'm still ahead, so I'm just gonna play stuff normally, right? Save up on some runes, try and get to the point where I can play Soul Gorger. I'd rather play the Harrowing. To summon Soul Gorger into another Soul Gorger into something else. That's like the play, but if I can't draw the Harrowing, then that's it. Oh, Super Mega Death Rocket killing Kaisa. Alright. That hurts. Bringing back Immortal Phoenix. I'm going to have to put down Annie so I can do some more damage. The thing is, if he plays this, then he uses up all his... Alright, fair enough. Moves in there. Let's stop him from getting ahead and scoring. So, I mean, he's going to move in that anyway, so, but it's fine. It's fine. I just have to desperately hold on. I wonder if Soul Gorger is enough. Just playing it raw. 4, 5, 6, 7. 2. Depends on what rune I draw next turn. Or what rune I channel. Honestly. Because that's 2, 4, 6. There's Tibbers, which is really interesting. Tibbers doesn't do much, honestly. Although I could take a battlefield. I think we play Tibbers, honestly. We play Tibbers raw, right? Why did they do 4 here? I don't understand. Oh, because of the Void Gate. I'm sorry, yeah. And then I'll move, and then I'll discard the Soul Gorger for the future. Nice. They both die, but I'm ahead in terms of might on the board. It doesn't really matter what I ready. So I am ahead on the board with might. However, he still has a point ahead, so he gets up 2 points this turn. If he accelerates, he can get up 3 points than what I have. Not that he's going to score 3 points. I mean, all right. There's the accelerate he's probably going to do to try and... No? I would have accelerated to double score, right? Then you get to 6, you're 3 points ahead of me. I'm just waiting to draw the Harrowing now. Next turn, I'll play Annie just to do a little more control. To do a little more damage. Okay, so it seems like he's building up his base now. Yeah. He's building up the base because he's expecting a good swing turn from me. But it also telegraphs he's playing a little more defensively. Which means he's running out of resources. He still has Super Mega Death Rocket, like, always available now. As long as he discards. There's the Vi. Can get really beefy. Yep, uses his ability, but he can't be ready, though. Is he just trying to cycle back things into his deck? What does he want to cycle into his deck to draw, though? There's another Soul Gorger. I conquer here. Always. That always happens. What does he have? Starfall? No. Death Rocket? Death Rocket will kill it. Well, what does he have? Nothing. Okay, so he passes. Score the point. Triggers. I wonder if I... No, I want to pull out the combo. There's the Gust. It's not what I'm looking for. Play Annie there. Yeah. And then I'll commit to a Phoenix to contest for this board. Alright, that seems good. We will ready to Fury. No, we already have. Okay, that's fine. So Gus is available, right? To push anything back into his hand. I'm holding firm with like 11 might on Zon Warrens. So I should be fine. So he's pumping up. Alright. Pumping up. Can you get to 11? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can actually take this battlefield really easily. He is worried about the extra damage. Oh, decides to Death Rocket first. Okay. Killing Annie. Decides to cleave up. Moves in. He'll score a point. He's going to try and score another point, but I'll gust up first, I guess. I do have Incinerate as well. Alright. Oh, okay, so he wants to conquer that base. So we'll do that. We'll gust so like they trade equally and he doesn't conquer and he has to commit this into conquering as well. So I'm ahead on board, but he's still ahead on points. Really good game so far. Like it's like 1 for 1. Really evenly matched so far. So he does discard. The good thing is I've kept him from like drawing with Jinx's ability because of like I've been popping things into his hand with like Rebuke and Gusts. Also, he's spent a lot of resources in the last couple turns. I'm still at 7, I'll be at 8 runes. There's the Mind Splitter, but that doesn't really help me. Can he score and hold? I could see what he has. So I wanna discard this, and I wanna save this just in case he moves in to stop from scoring a point. So this will resolve. I'll discard Mind Splitter because I want to reanimate it for a big swing turn. If I ever draw the Harrowing. There's Kaisa, that doesn't help. I don't want to play Kaisa. I have 8. Well, I could actually. I still have enough runes. Right? 7, 8, 9. I have 9. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I won't accelerate though. And I'll still have access to this if he tries to score here. He'll probably Death Rocket this and then move in, but we'll see. I want to ready 2 Exhausted Chaos runes. So he Death Rockets a Kaisa for keeping me from drawing. He's going to move in here, but then I'm going to Disintegrate. There's the Legion Rearguard. Does not decide to accelerate. He wants to hold on to some resources and power. Just move. Come on, move it. We all know you're going to do it. You're not going to go here. Accelerate. We get to draw a card. Inverted Timelines is great for us. Do I want to trigger... Yeah, I'll do it just to make sure I can win the game, honestly. At this point, I don't think it seems like I'm going to be pulling off the combo, but like I really, really want to. I've committed to so much time in this game to pull off the combo. Can summon so many things. Does he concede, though? No, I don't think he should. Depends what he has in hand. The funny thing is like this Reanimator deck has done a really good job of keeping up with an aggro deck, right? It's been like staving off the aggression. But what can he do this turn? Not much, honestly. Okay, so it's my turn. There's Rasa the Sunder, which is free 1 power. I do want to timelines, so I can do one. But hold on, if I Soul Gorge, if I Harrowing the Soul Gorger into Soul Gorger into Soul Gorger, that's 2, 4, 6. I have 7. I could play one more in Rasa. I think that's good. So let's just invert timelines here. Hear me out. Hear me out. Trust me, it's totally worth it. Actually, it's all the same, to be fair. So we'll put 6 power there. Play this. Invert timelines. We'll draw the Harrowing. Nope. We pretty much got this game sealed away, though, oddly enough. Oh, he does discard, right? So he can play it. That's really funny. Based off inverted timelines. Stack deck. There's the Harrowing, finally. We'll draw that, and we'll confirm. We could play it, actually, but I don't have enough things to... Oh, wait, but look at this. We'll score. All right, we'll end the game right now. So we'll do this. We'll conquer 1 point. And then we'll play the Harrowing. Triggering Soul Gorger. I can burn another one. We'll do it at this battlefield just to kind of shut it down. Soul Gorger triggers. I pay another 2 runes to play a Mind Splitter at this battlefield to see what he has. It's happening. It's happening. And then we'll get rid of stack deck so he can't like search for things. And that should be good game. Finally, it happened. I pulled it off. I pulled it off. I'm so happy. Yes! Nice. Finally.